Okay, a quick recap. We were in India for like 24 days and we were sick for over half of that time. So one night while vomiting in India, I decided, we got to get out of here. So we made a quick beeline out of India to the closest place that we knew was clean, Dubai. Okay, so we're in Dubai and we don't really have any place, we're in the airport and we don't know really how to get into town, or we don't know where we're gonna stay. We don't have a guidebook. We didn't have any idea what the conversion rate was. We kind of randomly took money out of an ATM, hoping we don't end up with $1 million. I think we did okay with that. But basically we need to come up with a guidebook and we need to come up with a place to stay. So it should be an interesting evening, but it's only like 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, so we've got plenty of time to figure it all out. On the way in, you could see the skyline of the city though, and it was pretty epic, and looking out over the desert and stuff, so it's completely different than anything we've ever seen, so we're pretty excited.
I saw the desert for the first time.
Okay, so we have, God, it's hot out here. It's steamy. We have got a metro, and we found a metro, and we got a map, and the map is in Arabic, so we can't read it. But we found a mall, and the mall will hopefully have a bookstore in which we can get a guidebook so we can find a place to sleep. And just coincidentally, the exit we happened to just pick to come out of is right in front of the tallest building in the world. This thing is ridiculous. So we are inside of the Dubai Mall, and it is almost brand new. And look at the ceiling. It's like lights, and they're blinking like the stars. And as you can see, this is a very, 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 very modern. And then if you swing down, there's a fish tank that's about 40 feet tall. And you can go and walk through one of those like underwater tube things. There's a guy swimming in there feeding the fish.
You can't get farther away from India right now.
Yeah, this is a striking change. So this is a giant I guess it's about 40 foot again, about maybe even taller than that, waterfall. And if you look way over here, it's going there as well. They've done this place up pretty nice. So it's been a year since we've seen this. Taco Bell.
You remember when we made that video and I just sat there chewing for a while? I'm gonna do it again. Oh my god. Sour cream. I forgot what sour cream was like.
So here's that building again, but at night. It is really ridiculously big, like ridiculously large. Okay, so we have been in some hot places before. But I don't know. This might take the cake. It's like 110 degrees outside. And it's just humid and thick, and you can just feel where the wind blows. It blows hot air across you. It's like a blow dryer hitting you. It's insane. I mean, Borobudur in Indonesia was really hot. Thailand and Bangkok gets pretty damn hot, but Jesus, this is some brutal, brutal heat. There is like nobody outside. People just stay inside. We are headed for a mall, and I'm watching the lens of the camera fog up just from the heat. This is special. Okay, so we're in a mall, the same mall we were in yesterday actually, and it is Ramadan, so this is the food court. They've got these giant curtains pulled, and you can only eat in certain areas, because I mean it is strictly prohibited to eat in public here during Ramadan and during the waking hours between the sun coming up and the sun going down. So you can see you're not even allowed to eat here. You have to go back around this corner to eat. And here is the area that the heathens are allowed to have their food at. How crazy is that? And then we have this. And here is a ice rink inside the mall. There's also a theme park. You can hear a roller coaster going. And yeah, this mall's pretty spectacular.
So I was looking at this really windy part of the map that's called the Treasury, and still don't know what's in here, but we walked in here and this is what it looks like. It's just an enchanting little room, and then there are camels over here and camels. It's just gorgeous, and we've taken a moment just to sit and enjoy the fountain and the ceiling and the ambiance.
So this is a chicken Big Mac, and it's more of just a straight up chicken sandwich with, like, you know, mayonnaise, as opposed to the chicken Big Mac thing they have in India, which is really spicy and completely different from anything you've ever eaten. So this is just like eating two chicken sandwiches, one on top of the other. So we've come with our friend Ise, and she helped us book our hotel room a couple nights ago. We just met her in a mall, and she has driven us across Dubai, and we are now kind of in, I mean, everything here is super modern looking, but we are in the super, super modern part of it. And it feels a lot like Miami or something, where all the expensive cars and stuff are driving up and down the strip, and the water is right here. And if you have ever seen the palm tree islands, those are just right out over here. And you can see them. She said she used to live up in one of these buildings. She could watch the construction take place. And we're just looking for a cafe or something to get a coffee or a tea. And she is educating us about the region and about her home country of Turkey, which has been really, really interesting. And it's been really cool to hang out with her and just get an insider's view into what is going on here in the UAE. So this is the largest metro system in the world that is an automated system, as in there's no driver. As in, I'm standing where the driver would normally be. And that's pretty typical of the UAE and Dubai. See if we can make the biggest of X. As you're traveling through different countries, crossing the street changes in every country you go to, like the method. Like in Japan, for instance, it's kind of an extreme. Like if you're near the curb, anywhere, even if it's like not in a crosswalk, and a car sees you, it just stops. Like it's like it assumes, oh, a pedestrian is coming out, I'm stopping. It's like super, super polite like behavior from the drivers. In places like India or Thailand or Indonesia, where traffic is more like water, you just kind of go whenever you want and just float your way through, and everybody steers around you, and it's no big deal. In places apparently like the UAE, where everybody has giant fast cars and they drive somewhat aggressively, they tend to try to run you down. You feel like if you step out and a car is coming and you have enough time to get across the road, they will accelerate to make it awkward or make you have to rush out of the way. So we have recently been in Japan, and then we went to India, where of course you can walk right off the street anywhere and make your way across. But here you feel like you're being hunted. Okay, so for the past 5 minutes we've been sitting here, and a fire alarm is going off, and the recording that you can barely hear is saying that a fire has been reported in the building, and nobody cares. Nobody has moved. Nobody is blinking. Everybody seems a little annoyed with the sound, but like even the employees, they don't care. So what's the purpose of a fire alarm that goes off that nobody at all even pays attention to?
I'm trying to get a burger.
This whale, how does he feel about this? Let's see what he's up.
He likes water, not fire.
I have a lot of friends that smoke hookahs in the States, and this is pretty miraculous looking of a building. So I'm kind of comparatively in the shady side of town, and I just saw a man selling like pornographic DVDs, like kind of in a back alley a little bit, like hidden. That's really weird to be selling something like that in a country that blocks like everything on the internet. And you're not allowed, like, if a public, like, you kiss somebody in public, and like that's a big problem, like you can be arrested for it. So seeing somebody selling something with actual like pornographic images on it just off the side of the street is definitely not something I expected to see here. But I guess the world is a vampire. So here's an awkward moment in time. I'm in a bathroom stall in a mall eating because it's Ramadan and they don't have anything blocked off for people not to be able to see you. So I ordered me my burger, which is for takeaway only. You're intended to have to take it home. And I'm sitting here in the toilet and I am eating my burger. And such is life here in the UAE. So today we went out with our friend Eason and we went out to Hatta, which is about an hour and a half drive away from Dubai. And on the way there we got to see this amazing scenery that just changes. Like it goes from flat sand to big mountains of sand dunes and then rocky terrain. And it just, every 5 minutes you look out the window and it's a completely different world. That was just astonishing.
So we have traveled from Dubai, 100 kilometers, to Hatta. And in Hatta we were going to go to this heritage village over here, but they told us it's closed, so we can't go. On the way here we did get to slip in and out of Oman, which was pretty cool. We gave a powerful wave the first time, but they shot us down the second time and made us roll the window down. But other than that, it's warm outside.
So even though the heritage village in Hatta was closed when we got there, we were parked essentially directly in front of this watchtower that is apparently from the 18th century. So we climbed up to it, and on the way up, we found the remains of an animal we can only assume was a bunny. And to be honest, like the drive out to Hatta and the drive back was the amazing part. Hatta itself, I mean, it didn't matter that what we went to see was closed. It was just stunning to see the scenery.
So, we're on the side of the road in the desert, and I have just spotted me a camel. Can you see them? They're pretty far out there, but they're amazing looking.
They kind of blend in, but you can see this character here. He is staring right at me. And this is definitely an environment I have never, ever been in before. So this little machine is for donations, like specifically. Donations based on, in Islam, donations for things is kind of a big deal, or it's supposed to be. And this is a way to electronically give money, I guess. I suppose they don't give it their mosque or something, and I guess this is a way for it to get fed into the needy. But this seems like a real good way to just make a bunch of free money, is to set one of these machines here up and be evil. Especially being right next to an ATM.
It doesn't look too legit.
No, it looked a little bit funny.